Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we are diving into something I get asked about all the time. We are creating the ultimate professional explainer on what actually is digital marketing. If you've ever felt completely overwhelmed by the digital world, don't worry, we are going to fix that right now. I'm going to give you the hook, real-world examples, screen recordings, actionable tips, and the perfect CTA. This is your absolute beginner-friendly blueprint. By the end of this, things that seemed super complicated are going to click, I promise. But first, let me ask you a question. Want your content to explode? Okay, pause. Did you notice what just happened there? That is what we call a context lean. We established the topic instantly and tapped into a massive benefit that I know you want. In today's scrolling culture, you literally have to hook the brain right out of the gate, and that is exactly the kind of powerful technique we're unpacking today. So, let's start with the absolute basics. HubSpot gives us this incredibly simple definition. Digital marketing is literally just all marketing efforts that use an electronic device or the internet. That's it. We're talking search engines, social media, emails, websites, honestly, even playing video games. Every single digital interaction is a chance to connect with someone. It's not some kind of dark magic, it's just showing up where people already are. Here is our quick roadmap for today. We're going to cover finding your target audience, building the marketing funnel, mastering SEO and content, creating irresistible content, crafting visual hooks, and finally nailing the perfect call to action. Let's get right into it. Okay, pillar number 1, finding exactly who you're speaking to. Before you spend a single rupee on ads, you have to know your audience inside and out. Look at how the biggest brands do it. Nike, they don't just push shoes, they push sustainability messaging straight to eco-conscious buyers. Sephora built this crazy AI virtual shopping experience specifically for their tech-savvy beauty fans. Gap went all in on viral multimedia campaigns to grab that younger crowd. And TurboTax, to reach Latino audiences, they literally built integrated community partnerships. The big takeaway here? You've got to define your audience so perfectly that you know their exact digital hangout spots. Moving on to step 2, building the actual marketing funnel. Now that we know who we are talking to, we need an engine to turn those strangers into actual customers. A funnel is basically just a journey. First, you attract visitors at the top with great messaging. Then in the middle, you turn them into qualified leads, usually by giving them something super valuable so they stick around. And finally, you close the deal. Audible is a fantastic example of this. They attract people by partnering with creators, that's the top. Then they hit you with a 30-day free trial, that's the middle. Once you're hooked on the audiobooks, boom, you become a paying subscriber. Smooth, right? All right, step 3, mastering SEO and content. So how do we get people into that funnel in the first place? Search engine optimization. Bruce Clay has this brilliant analogy. Think of your website structure like a grocery store. A properly organized, siloed website is like a supermarket. Need dairy? You go straight to the dairy aisle. Everything makes total sense. But a non-siloed website, it's like a messy bedroom where dish soap is sitting next to the dog food and baking supplies. If your customer can't find what they need instantly, trust me, Google definitely won't find it either. Organization is everything. And let's take that a step further with technical SEO. Imagine building the most gorgeous house ever on top of a snowy mountain. But you didn't build a driveway, and all the doors are locked tight. Without good technical SEO, your website is literally that locked house in the snow. Google's little bots will just spin their tires trying to get in. You have to lay down a clear, welcoming path so search engines can actually see all that beautiful content you worked so hard on. Which brings us to number 4, creating irresistible content. With your SEO foundation perfectly laid out, it's time to fill that house with value. And guys, you really do not need a massive Hollywood budget for this. Just look at this quote from Vimeo's marketing guide. Veronica Tedder, an SEO specialist, explains how she just used a simple screen recording tool. She would record her screen doing these checkout teardowns for a software company and just drop them on LinkedIn and her blog. It's authentic, it's super helpful, and it costs literally 0 rupees to make. Screen recordings are such an amazing hack to turn boring written text into snappy, visual, actionable tips. Want to speed up that content creation even more? You absolutely have to leverage AI. Look at this breakdown from Hooks Tech. A simple, highly specific prompt can literally do the heavy lifting for you. Need keyword research? Ask AI to find 10 long-tail keywords and drop them in a table. Need social posts? Tell it to generate a 7-day LinkedIn calendar. Writing an email? Just ask it to draft a welcoming sequence for new subscribers. Think of yourself as the director, and AI is your incredibly fast assistant. Okay, let's look at part 5, crafting those irresistible visual hooks. Here is the harsh truth. The best SEO in the world means absolutely nothing if people keep scrolling past your content. Creator Calloway breaks down a genius 3-step formula to hook the brain. Step 1 is the context lean. Establish the topic and find common ground right away. Step 2 is the scroll stop interjection. Say something that totally stuns them or challenges what they think they know. And step 3, the contrarian snapback. Hit them with the unexpected answer. You're basically proving to them in under 3 seconds that your explainer is absolutely worth their time.
And let me tell you, visual hooks are 100 times more powerful than just me talking to you. Motion is absolutely critical here. If you saw that famous Colin and Samir video revealing the Ray-Ban Meta glasses in the mirror, that video got 60 million views. It worked because that sudden visual motion stunned the brain just long enough to make you stay. You've got to blend on-screen text, the perfect amount of motion, and your spoken word to create massive impact.
And finally, step 6, the perfect call to action. We've reached the most important instruction of this entire explainer. SNXP Studio lays out the golden rules for CTAs, and the biggest one is absolute clarity. You must explicitly tell the viewer exactly what you want them to do next. Do not be vague. Remove all the friction. Say it out loud. Put the text right on the screen. Point to the buttons. Take real estate brand Century 21 as an example. They don't just use a week, learn more. They say, contact me immediately. It grabs passive interest and forces a real, measurable action. You literally have to ask for the click. Which brings me right to my call to action for you. Are you ready to stop scrolling and start actually scaling your business? If this beginner's blueprint gave you that aha moment today, subscribe to my channel for more videos. Seriously, hit that subscribe button right now so you never miss another masterclass. But before you close this out, I want you to ask yourself, what is the very first visual hook you're going to create today? Get out there and build it. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next one.